SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to SportsTalk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
We start the show with a message on the C-Spire text line. James in Petal says, I plan on heading there after work. What's the etiquette for visiting a broadcast? Etiquette?
You got to bring us something.
Well, I was going to say, there's no etiquette on this show, but we can go with that, too.
You know, a couple of cold ones or something.
Something like that as we welcome you into Sports Talk Mississippi. Yes, we are on the road today. Highway 49 in Hattiesburg is where we are. You cannot miss this store. You can't miss the green parked out back and on the side and in the front and everywhere else either. We are at AgUp right here in Hattiesburg, and we got some stuff to give you if you show up here. This might be our
most swagged out remote we've ever done in terms of what we can give our listeners.
So, number one, first thing, come by and see us because you love us.
That's
Second
one.
thing,
two,
when you show up, I've got in my hand a QR code. If you scan this QR
code,
it's
a piece of paper that has a QR code on it.
It's in I got a QR code in my hand.
Right.
Semantics. We're going to get into some
we got a lot of
semantics
later, so
about.
You know
how that goes. And by the end of the show, if you scan the QR code, it's all you have to do. We've got a cooler with a tumbler and a blanket.
Yeah.
To give to
away
the winner.
Today. We're going to give that away today.
And we've got more.
Right. You come in, you get a quote on one of these great John Deere 1 through 5 series tractors. We're going to enter you in a drawing for, we've got it sitting right over here, a brand new John Deere generator and a John Deere pressure washer. All you got to do is get a quote on that. You're going to want to buy. I just got to let you know. But all you got to do is get a quote. Plus, there's just a lot going on. We got burgers on the grill. If you want to come by and get something.
I was told there's some hats and some shirts.
There's
too.
Hats and shirts. I'm telling you, we got it all. Come see us here. We're in Hattiesburg at AgUp, 7000 U.S. Highway 49 North.
Yes.
I wasn't sure on the direction.
Because I drove south and I had to turn around a little bit.
Okay, you had to do a little.
I had to do a little U-ey. So we are. We're glad you're here, and we've got a lot to get to. Lane Kiffin went on record to tell all about why he left. Wait a minute, you're probably thinking, wait, that happened yesterday. You guys already talked about that. No, he did it again this morning, and then a few hours later, he did it again.
He did it again.
Two different publications. The third article. By noon on Tuesday, with 3 different reasons he chose to leave. And then Steve Sarkisian decided to take a shot at the academic prowess of the University of Mississippi.
Did you take basketball with me?
No, I did do racquetball, though.
Racquetball. Same thing.
I mean, essentially. I got a little bit more of a workout.
I don't know. I missed the memo that it was Pile On Ole Miss week. I'm here for it, but I had no idea it was a thing.
Oh, yeah, I got to tell you a story about racquetball. True story. I took a racquetball class.
Okay.
And the class it wasn't a class at all. It was you have to play against each other and record a winner, and that's all I'm going to make you do. You just have to go play.
Okay.
And I had to play a girl in the class that just so happened to have broke a friend of mine's heart. And buddy, I have never given more effort in my life on anything. I wrecked her at racquetball. I was so mad at her. Oh, I destroyed her. It was so much fun sending that email to the professor with the score. She didn't get a point on me. She had no idea how to play racquetball.
Didn't
I wrecked her. I gave maximum. I was sweating when we were done. She looked at me like I was
in
the
that
dumbest
analogy.
person.
Kiffin is Borkey, and Ole Miss is the girl, and he's doing everything he can to just try and smoke her.
But in this case, still the girl looks better than me.
Well,
in
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Which she also looked better than I.
Well,
do. I mean, nobody's going to comment on my looks. But yeah, I took a racquetball class. I've told the story before about the gender studies class I had to take.
How do you not have a doctorate?
I should.
The Kiffin stuff was one thing. When I read that Sarkisian quote, I was like, what is going on? Like, did somehow, like...
I actually got some intel.
Is it Hadad Appreciation Week or something? What's going on here?
I actually did get some intel about exactly what Sark was trying to say, and when it's explained differently, it makes a lot more sense, but he took a little pot shot. Mm-hmm. Where should we start, though? Oh, by the way, we got regional projections to get to.
We have Baseball America and D1 baseball regional projections.
Very clearly
We just
defined.
got some breaking news that Ahmad Hardy has been discharged from the hospital. He's headed back to Missouri to begin rehabbing.
Awesome.
That's great news. We got a lot to talk about here. We are at AgUp, but we are also in the Pearl River Resort studios. PearlRiverResort.com is where we're going to book a great weekend of entertainment, live entertainment, great meals, great golf. Just great everything. If you're looking for having a good time this weekend, make it happen for yourself at Pearl River Resort. C-Spire text line open to you at 601-879-4395. With C-Spire, it's easier than ever to get all the devices you want in one move with the Ultimate Connect bundle. Right now, new and current customers can get a free phone, watch, and tablet plus 100 gigs of data for just $90. That includes the new iPhone 17 and Samsung Galaxy S26 for free, and a free smartwatch and tablet to go with it. Don't wait. There's more to see. Visit cspire.com or stop by your local C-Spire store today. At C-Spire, inspired by... Hey, what's up?
You. We are going to try our best to not relitigate the conversation from yesterday because we talked about it a lot.
We did.
And I podcasted about it last night.
You did.
If you want to hear our takes on it,
you should absolutely go look at the graphic you used. I'll tell you that much.
I did have fun with the graphic, but...
I'm still laughing about it.
So we're not going to go back to the Vanity Fair article. We already talked about that.
Yes,
but
yes.
As we discussed yesterday, though,
as we did,
the reception to that
any popcorn
was very unlikely.
Yeah,
what he expected it to be.
You're correct. I think it was very much like he was like, "I'm going to do this," and everybody's going to be like, "Lane Kiffin is brave."
Mm-hmm. Look at him standing up for the righteous, and everybody thought
Lane Shabazz Kiffin.
all of the reaction was, "Well, this guy's full of crap." And it did not go well. And
I can't stop laughing.
Just like the way he coaches at times, when it doesn't go well, he panics.
Yeah.
When it doesn't go well
flustered.
early, he does reckless things on fourth down, for example. Those kind of stuff that he does do that. And it happened. He, again, before noon today, 2 separate tell-alls about why he left.
And then an apology.
That, of course, nobody's going to listen to or buy.
Yeah. One
of the articles was in USA Today. I don't think it was very well done. It was very short, quite frankly. Blake Toppmeyer had a one-on-one, and it didn't really go anywhere.
Well, I mean, how long is a Lane Kiffin 1-on-1? I mean, Richard will tell you it's like 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes.
At best.
And he made reference to stadium size. That was the thing there. What happened?
It's on the text.
We can't read that.
Can't read that.
It's funny.
It's funny, though.
Read that one. So we'll ignore that one. I mean, it's just he talked about stadium size.
Lord help me get through this day.
And then friend of the program, Wilson Alexander, also got a one-on-one with Lane Kiffin. And here's a pull quote from that.
I got a quote? Okay.
Quote, "It'll show in year 2 or 3. It's going to show that we have the same systems. We have all this stuff, and we brought it here and combined it with the branding of LSU and the ability to sign elite high school players. That will show. It may not be next year, but this wasn't a one-year decision." End quote. So, again, like I said before, more articles coming out on the same topic tells you that he didn't like the reception that he got yesterday.
No, you're exactly correct. And he went into panic mode and,
called friendly media.
And did what he had to do to get his message out there, control the narrative, however you want to put it. And I just got to say something here. It is May 12th. We got a long way to September the 19th. Mm-hmm. We're going to have stuff like this every week. I can feel it in my bones.
Especially if if people can't or don't change their mind about him.
Right.
This is going to keep going. But what's hidden in this article, though, is yet again the attempt to pour water on expectations in Baton Rouge in year one.
That's the second or third time he's done that, where he's like, well, we'll see about year one.
Yeah, it doesn't happen right away, guys. It doesn't happen. Actually, I came here for year 2 and 3. Year 1, it's a process.
You know, and if I'm Kiffin, I'm definitely going to point. It's like, hey, different era, but it took Saban a year. Like his first year at Alabama, they were 6 and 7. You know, I would absolutely. You know, Kirby Smart's first year at Georgia, they were 8 and 5.
And that's the kind of stuff that you can say in May.
Yes.
Because people will receive that differently. Oh, yeah, for sure, rebuilding year. Of course, Coach, yeah, we're behind you 100%. And then you lose your third game. And then the people that paid the buyouts and bought the roster
and you and I
don't receive that well.
Off air. But when that Ole Miss game happens, Kiffin really can't lose. Because if he wins, he wins. But if he loses, he's just going to say stuff like, well, yeah, I built that team. That's my team. I put that team together. It was built to win a championship. If they don't win a championship this year, that's on them.
But nobody's going to buy that, though.
It doesn't matter.
He will try that.
Okay, Will.
He will
I see what you're doing there.
But nobody's going to buy that.
Oh, man.
I'm going to talk to this girl just one more time.
Which girl, Lane? There's so many.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
We'll continue to make jokes at Lane Kiffin's expense when we come back here from AgUp. We're here in Hattiesburg, Highway 49 South. We've got stuff to give away, and they've got great deals for you here at AgUp. Come check us out. Come see us. Come say hello. When we return, more slightly off-color jokes, courtesy of Lane Kiffin.
From the Venable to Sports Talk Mississippi.
Are you ready?
On the SuperTalk app, supertalk.fm, and always on your local SuperTalk Mississippi station.
I feel like there's a message here.
I think there is a message here. Sports Talk Mississippi from AgUp in Hattiesburg. Come by and see us. We got stuff to give you if you come by and see us.
Not just a hard time either. We got some actual good gear here.
Some good gear here. Although, depending on your allegiance, hey, that'll give you a hard time.
That's way or the other. I'm nice to everybody.
I'm going to bring, I don't know if bringing the mood down necessarily is how you would describe this, but here is what bothers me about what has happened the last couple of days. Because Lane Kiffin doing what he did shouldn't surprise you. As we talk about on the show all the time, it's not surprising.
No.
He, as you said yesterday, he will light the bridge that he's standing on fire.
That's right.
That's what he does. He
just does things.
He will step on the heads of people that are willing to lift him up, even.
Yeah.
He spends 6 years at a place, moves his family to the place. They help him in a lot of ways. They cover for him in a lot of ways. They do a lot of things to support him, and the second he leaves, Ole Miss becomes disposable to him.
Yeah.
But that's not surprising. Nobody's surprised by that. All of the stuff he's done this week, from the college football media perspective, nobody bought it. He looks like a clown, and everybody's calling him a clown. But what bothers me is not about what Kiffin said about Ole Miss.
Right.
It's about what the conversation becomes. Mm-hmm. It turns into a national discussion and a relitigation of things that happened here a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And present-day Mississippi gets talked about and punished for things that happened a long time ago. And that's what frustrates me so much about it. That's what this discourse has become, is everybody looks and wants to pile on this place because of something Lane Kiffin said. The most disingenuous clown in college sports started a conversation where people want to jump on this I'm righteous, you're not, you guys are backwards, we're not backwards discourse. And I'm an outsider. Mm-hmm. I'm not from here.
No.
I've got family. I grew up in South Carolina. I've got family in Ohio, in Pennsylvania, Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, and Texas.
You're kind of a Yankee.
I was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would never have taken the show.
I've got friends.
I know he was a Yankee with me.
I've got friends that live in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. I've got friends that live all over the country. I have visited all of these places. I've been around. I've talked to all of these people. And there is no difference between Mississippi and those places. And yet Mississippi gets talked about in that way. When
I saw a good point about that, though, today. It said, you think about the South, right? And think about college football.
Yeah.
LSU's won national titles. Alabama and Auburn have won national titles. Georgia's won a national title. Florida State, Miami have won national titles. And then you have the Mississippi schools. So you can point to it and say, well, these issues hurt Mississippi.
That's
in a way
such
it's
disingenuous garbage point, though.
But people are going to do it. Tennessee,
it was a guy
Tennessee
from the
has
Ringer.
won national championships. It was? Okay.
It was a guy from the Ringer.
It wasn't Van Lathan, was it?
No, it was somebody else.
Okay.
But, I mean, if that's how we're going to measure...
football coverage, not great.
Not great. If we're going to measure
Bill
the
Simmons,
scale,
if you're listening, you got two guys here. We'd be happy to talk. We'll consult with you.
But if that's going to... Then why hasn't Texas won a national championship since 2005?
But they've won one.
But is it affecting them since then? That's the point. It's a nonsense discussion, and this is a place that is filled with people that have worked incredibly hard at distancing themselves from the past, and they have done so successfully. I live here. I've decided to make this place my home. My family has come here and visited here, and they love it, and they talk about it. And I'm not talking about just Oxford. They love Mississippi. And they love visiting here. And they ask me when they can come back. It's just a total indictment on our societal discourse anyway, that Mississippi gets picked on. But that's what happened yet again, is Mississippi gets picked on disingenuously by bad actors that just want to feel good about themselves without recognizing what an amazing place this has become. It's a shame. But yet, thank you, Lane Kiffin, for drumming all this up and trying to make a place that saved your career look as bad as you can just to make yourself feel better. I don't know. This place is too good to get talked about the way it does. And it pisses me off. Forgive my language, but it pisses me off.
You said a swear.
It really does. Again, as an outsider...
everybody know I distance myself from that kind of language.
That's fine. It angers me that this state gets talked about the way it does.
Well,
it angers me.
Again, who are we talking about here? We're talking about a guy who will go through any length, stop at nothing. Nothing is off limits to him. He's going to say whatever he wants. He's going to do whatever he wants. He has nobody in control of him. The athletic director, the president of the university, the governor of the state, they are beneath him. This is a man without principle, a man without decency. Yes, I'm saying all of these things about Lane Kiffin because it's true. I have no qualms saying it because I believe it. So you just shouldn't be surprised. This is the thing that, and I'm not trying to pick on you or anything, but like you constantly act like you're surprised when this stuff happens. I'm never surprised.
I'm not surprised. It just it saddens me. It upsets me. Just as a transplant,
another day
decided to make
another
this
day
my
in
home.
the Kiffin verse, man.
But it's more than that, though. It's more than the Kiffin verse, though, because of everybody that gets to jump on board in this conversation.
Someone says, now I wish that golf ball hit him.
And you know,
oh goodness. Oh man, this is a great day on the C Spire text line 601-879-4395.
Greg Sankey's doing
half of it we can't read.
No. Greg Sankey's doing a horrible job right now.
It's interesting how much he's allowed this guy to get away with. But it brings ratings. I mean, right now, if Greg Sankey wanted to go to the back to the drawing board and be like, hey, we're going to need a little extra money for you guys to get Ole Miss LSU on the air.
The TV deal's already written.
Doesn't matter. He'd figure something out. Advertising deal, something. Something. So
he's got to get this under control. Mm-hmm. But it's not even just Lane Kiffin. The conference, we talk about this all the time. The conference is losing its grip on everything. Mm-hmm. The TV deal that the SEC currently has is cheaper than the Big Ten's, despite it rating better. Yeah. That's a failure. The SEC goes to 9 conference games without anybody forcing them to. There's no reason to do that.
Right.
That was a mistake. The not getting the playoff format you want was a mistake. Mm. And now you've got all of this garbage happening of which you have no control over. And oh, by the way, the Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships, so your teams on the field are not performing as well either. At some point, do we have to look at leadership of the league and see that it's degrading in every single category.
They're not going to let Sankey talk to you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like, no.
But the league is degrading at every level, and this is the conversation that everybody's having about your league today, is which school in which state has more despicable history. That's the discussion about your league today. You know what the discussion is around the Big Ten today? How awesome the football teams are.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Any conversation about the Big Ten is look at Kirk Cignetti. They celebrated the national championship at the White House yesterday.
Who's Kirk Cignetti? That was really funny.
Indiana's coach got to celebrate winning a national championship. They just had a quarterback go number 1 overall. Ohio State's going to win the national championship this year. They got the best team in college football, probably. League's getting passed in every category. This is the conversation that's being had about it. And the league has done what? Publicly? Nothing to stop this.
It is. And look, publicly, what can you do? Like, I don't know that you can just come out and censure Lane Kiffin publicly. But, yeah, the fact that, I mean, he did issue an apology today, so maybe a phone call was made. I don't know. But I think it's more what you said, that the publicity did not go the way he really wanted it to. So he was like, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That's not what I was trying to say. It came out the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. Because I think if it had gone the way he wanted it to, he'd be doing a victory tour today. He'd be pumping out memes.
Retweeting everything.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin said what we were all thinking. Yeah, click, retweet, all that type of stuff. So,
would this be happening under Mike Slive? Absolutely not. Nope. 0% chance this would be happening under Mike Slive. 0. They would have been called into some kind of boardroom, and this would have been ended.
It's surprising. It's surprising it's gotten this far, and like I said, it's May 12th.
May 12th.
We got a long way to go. Like, what is Media Days going to be? What is that going to be? What is he going to say?
He will be muzzled that day.
You think? I don't know. I disagree with you entirely.
When
you
the
can't
SEC
muzzle this guy.
When the SEC controls all of the outgoing everything,
they don't control what the people ask at the podium.
Yeah, they do.
How do you figure?
They walk around with the microphone and pick and choose.
Yeah, but those people are gonna have questions.
You can shut it down. You can control that environment more than him calling up friendly reporters.
He does get an opening statement too.
I don't think he will stand up there and do this on that stage.
We shall see.
We shall see. Media Days.
Would it surprise you if you say anything other than no?
No.
About to say
no. Oh man, Sark got in on the action. We'll talk about that when we
pile on Ole Miss Day. Everybody jump on board.
From the Seabrook SuperTalk Mississippi. Introducing to you SportsTalk Mississippi.
You don't teach me. You can't
Oh, Will East is cooking today. He's absolutely cooking. Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Come by and see us. AgUp in Hattiesburg. You can scan a QR code sitting right next to me to win a...
All right next to me. You don't have to stand next to Borkey.
Yeah, but I'm closer to the door.
That's true.
A cooler, a tumbler, a fleece blanket. You can also, if you get a quote... There's a generator over there, which I need, by the way.
Well,
I'm going to take that home with me because it is about to be, it already is, thunderstorm season. And you'll lose power, at least I do, all the time. Would love to have a generator like that one, or a pressure washer, which also I need one of those.
All you've got to do is come by AgUp today and get a quote on any 1 through 5 series tractor, and they'll be happy to enter you in that the drawing to win one of those.
All right, the next thing, Steve Sarkisian. Now, this was an article that the quotes were taken a couple of weeks ago, as I understand it. I believe the author has gone on record saying, guys, the timing is just unfortunate. This was not intended to be what it became.
I can't wait for tomorrow.
Sark.
What's tomorrow going to be?
In a long conversation with
Trinidad
USA
Chambliss
Today,
hates puppies more at 11.
Oh, he does wear. He went to the Masters apparently, and he has a skip it hat. And we got to shrink that.
I don't even know
Trinidad,
what that is.
you're a great player. I love that you're embracing the game of golf.
What is skip it?
So during practice rounds at the Masters on the 16th hole, there's water in front of the green, and the players will walk up to the edge of the water and skip the ball across the water up onto the green.
You didn't like him wearing that?
I know.
You can get one. You can get one online right now for only $109.
No,
you really want one.
Shrink that.
It's a rope hat too.
But in a long conversation with USA Today, yes, guys, the head coach at Texas is concerned about people bending the rules in college sports. Yeah, the head coach at Texas is concerned about people bending at Texas. That guy. Sorry.
Yeah, I get Texas. It. I understand.
But this was a pull quote from the story that got a lot of people talking. And
I laughed.
Quote, at Texas, we will only take 50% of a player's academic credit hours. You may be a semester from graduating, but you're going all the way back to 50% if you play here and want a degree. But at Ole Miss, they can take you. All you have to do is take basket weaving, and you can get an Ole Miss degree.
The rest of the segment's just going to be laughing. No commentary needed.
You know, Ole Miss and State are legally required to have the same entry requirements. Right?
Don't drag us into this, all right? We didn't get mentioned at all.
Well, there's a reason, because State doesn't win enough football games.
That's got nothing to do with it.
Besides that,
it's got nothing to do with it.
The second State starts winning football games, they'll be in the crosshairs too.
I guess
they get a little pat on the head.
Okay.
But no,
don't take the attention off yourself over there. You're the one that's under the scrutiny today.
So I learned something about this today. I received a message from somebody that is very familiar.
You did some journalism.
Yeah. It was somebody that's very familiar with the academic process at Texas as a student athlete.
He talked to Vince Young.
Yeah. Vince Young.
Yeah.
So at Texas, it is what Sark is trying to say here. Is at Texas, in order to get a degree from Texas, the person told me anyway, he said 50%. The person said 60% of your classes have to be taken at the University of Texas in order to get a degree from Texas. So if you transfer with 1 year left and you've taken 100% of your classes somewhere else, in order to graduate at Texas, you've got a lot of makeup work to do to get your degree. Now, if you're playing football at Texas, let's be honest, you don't really care about your degree. You're just trying to get paid and play football and do all that. But that is a thing. Whereas at Ole Miss, that is a considerably lower number. I believe it's the state of Mississippi as a whole. It's a considerably lower number where you can transfer and you don't have to take multiple semesters of classes. If you've gone to school for 3.5 years, you transfer to Ole Miss, you can get your degree. That's what he's trying to say here. You can transfer and then take a class like basket weaving and then get your degree because all of your coursework is accepted. Whereas Texas, if you don't take it there, you are not able to obtain your degree until 60% of your classes are taken at Texas. That is how it was. But again, somebody very familiar with the Texas academic process
tomorrow
told me that
earlier Shane today. Beamer. I really question whether the Grove trees are real or not. That's what's next. Do they actually have squirrels there? I don't know.
Unfortunately, the trees did take a hit during the winter storm. Making a recovery. Sark also went on to say this. It's like we've forgotten about academics. Yet less than 5% of these guys will play in the NFL. And then there's one more. Quote, we all signed up to be a part of the NCAA, and then we all allegedly make the rules. Everyone knows the rules, right? Then we go to our attorney general and say, we don't like that rule, let's just sue. Right now, no one is afraid of the consequences. Hey, Coach, either are you. Remember when I told you, hey, Dad, when there was the Kewan Lacey conversation about him, whether or not he would transfer to LSU. And I told you that there was another school that was driving the price up that could be a destination for Kewan Lacey. Do you remember the school I told you right here on this very show, on these very airwaves, what school that was?
I don't remember because I don't really listen to you, but was it Texas?
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was Texas. That was also a school that could have been a potential destination for Kewan Lacey. By the way, where's he from? Do you remember where he's from?
He's from Texas.
He's from Texas.
Someone on Twitter. Twitter will explode if Kirby Smart comes out next and says people in Mississippi can't drive.
I mean, Sark talking about programs following the rules is like Tiger Woods talking about bad drivers.
Yeah.
That's like Mick Jagger saying age gap relationships are kind of gross. What are we talking about here? Am I losing my mind? Why do we just...
When will Jeff Levy give us an Ole Miss comment? Probably not anytime soon. If he gets a win over him.
After he wins.
He's the guy who has to kind of wait in line on that one.
Which, by the way, is smart. Let your enemies fight. Don't get the fight. Let your enemies fight.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
If your enemy is temperamental, seek to irritate him.
I mean, it's just the fact that if we had an honest media... Sark wouldn't be able to say things like that, and we just hit publish in the USA Today.
Yeah.
But we just do that because we just have to, for some reason, the most dishonest people on this planet are politicians and number 2, toddlers, and number 3, football coaches. Although you can loop those next 2 in the same category.
Well, I mean, yeah, in some ways.
And every time they say something, we just take it as if it's gospel. Why?
I don't
do that.
You do. You might be doing that. I don't.
I'm not doing that.
I would never believe anything they say. Even the coaches I like, I take everything with a grain of salt. You know, well, we're going to be much better this year. Are you? Are you? I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out.
I mean, I'll be honest. Some of you guys aren't going to like this. I did get a really good laugh out of the basket weaving graphic and stuff like that.
Weaving.
It made me laugh.
On
so
threes,
hard.
Graphic people are the best in the business.
They're great.
There's nobody even close. So,
and by the way, Kewan Lacey wasn't the only player that was being courted without having entered the portal by Texas. He wasn't the only one.
He already had the basket weaving credit, so that's why why they were able to get him in. You know, they were going to be able to make him eligible. He wouldn't have to take that class over again. In Texas, they do the blankets. It's not baskets. You know what I'm talking about? Blankets?
Yeah.
That's what they do in Texas.
Oh, by the way,
they also have like a brisket class.
Weaving a basket seems to be...
I feel like that's a difficult thing.
Like, really hard.
You get a lot of, like, your paper cuts, I would think.
Hey, now this is going to make you laugh.
Everything today has made me laugh. What else you got?
I took a journalism ethics class once.
Yeah, you're right. You were correct.
I did.
Yeah.
I think weaving baskets would be more difficult in that class.
Yeah. Probably. Because, you work with your hands.
I'll say, but here, okay, I'll get journalism preachy for a second. I'm not a journalist. I did go to journalism school, but we're commentators. Media in the past used to be trusted, right? This is how intense, the overall scope of reporters.
Right.
The professor of my journalism ethics class was the editor of a paper and had a political reporter that went to an Eagles concert.
Okay.
During the time the Eagles were heavily involved in campaigning for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, the Eagles.
My professor fired that reporter because supporting going to an Eagles concert.
That's a bit much.
It is, but that's what the standard used to be.
Okay.
Because going to that concert would create the possible illusion that you are partisan, and then that reporter got
better
fired.
not catch Richard in any Ole Miss games this year. That's partisan politics, is my opinion.
He just calls the games. He doesn't report.
I'm just saying.
By the way, we got Richard's. We've been asked this a lot. We got Richard's featured groups on Thursday. He will starting at 7:30 in the morning. He's got Gary Woodland, Jason Day, and Sam Burns. On Friday at 8 in the morning, he's got Victor Hovland, Colin Morikawa, and Shane Lowry. That is Richard's feature groups on Thursday and Friday. If you want to watch the PGA Championship and hear the sweet voice of one Richard Cross, there you go.
Sweet voice.
You can.
That's one way to
you
definitely
can watch him there. Good groups.
That's definitely one way to look at things. If
we got 10 seconds. Name the course that they're playing the PGA Championship this weekend.
Maharanahak.
No, we talked about it.
I know. That's what I thought it was.
Arana Mink.
That was my second guess.
We'll be right back from AgUp in Hattiesburg. Come see us.
Thank you, Birmingham.
From the Venable Glass Sports Talk Mississippi continues.
Back here and on SportsTalk Mississippi at AgUp in Hattiesburg. We've been telling y'all for the past few months about the great deals going on at AgUp, and I do my best to get those out to you. I brought in an expert, Greg Collins, sales manager for AgUp. Huge sale, summer savings, big savings for a long, long time. I've been enjoying saying, 84 months means you don't have to pay, isn't it financing until 2033? That's a long time, Greg.
You can have a long time to pay for it, right?
Exactly. No bank in America would give you that kind of deal.
Exactly. 0%.
0%. So tell us about the sale that's going on that's just getting started up here at AgUp.
Just getting started. It's a 2-week sales event. We're trying to move some of our 1 through 5 series tractors. Mm-hmm. So tractors for any size property we have here. Mm-hmm. So if you've got 15 acres and you need a small compact tractor to mow your yard, do your gravel driveway, whatever that it may be, we've got that up to a bigger tractor if you're doing farm with hay and cattle and things like that.
Yeah, when you drive by one of these locations, you see the big stuff. I mean, that's really the first thing that catches your eye. But if you're somebody like me, I live in a regular old neighborhood.
Right.
With a yard that's decently sized. I mean, it takes me about 2 hours to cut and all that. We've got stuff for me here, too.
Absolutely. We could speed that up for you.
Yes, and I would love for that to be sped up.
Yes. I told him to get a quote on one of these 5 series tractors. It turns a 2-hour job into maybe 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
You take one left turn and it's over.
Yeah.
You've got that grass as good as it's going to be.
I don't even need a 0 turn. One pass.
This is a fun day here at AgUp because you guys I don't know if you're giving away the store, but you've got a lot of stuff to get people if they want to come by and say hello.
We got a lot of stuff. You come by today and scan. We've got the cooler with the tumbler. Mm-hmm. We're giving away during our sales event. We're giving away the generator and pressure washer. Mm-hmm. You mentioned it earlier.
All you got to do is get a quote. You don't even have to buy. Just get a quote. Yeah. But that being said, once you get the quote, you're going to be like, well,
you're going to want to take that tractor home.
I got room. I got room for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I want you to take me through the tractors a little bit. Give me a little, because you have 1 through 5 series. The 5 is the big boy.
That's right.
That's let's say if I was, I don't know, Richard Cross, and I had an entire manor that I needed to do the lawn for. I need a 5 series tractor.
That's right.
Okay. And then take me all the way down to what we're doing through.
So you think about the 1 series, it's small property, 5-10 acres. Mm-hmm. It's great to have a mower deck if you want to cut your grass with that tractor, then do some loader work. You got some gardening to do, things like that. You step up. The 3 series is one of our more popular compact tractors, so 25 horse up to 43 horsepower tractor there. Do a little bit more. Bush hogging, grading driveways, loader work, all those things that you may need to do on your property or at a hunting camp. And then you go up to the 5 series. Even some of our hunting camps go to bigger tractors like that as well. But if you've got a farm, cutting hay, bush hogging, just taking care of a bigger piece of property, that's where the 5 series comes in.
And what's awesome, the attachments. You don't need 5 different tractors to get all the jobs done either.
That's right.
You just need one most of the time.
Yeah, we've got all the attachments to go with them. We say around here we don't go tractoring, so you got to have implements, right? So we have, if you need a box blade,
that's good.
A bush hog, tiller, something to plant your food plots with, we've got all of that.
This is a company, Greg, that I know you're very proud to work for.
Absolutely.
You know the history of it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. But AgUp is as Mississippi a company as Mississippi can pretty much get.
Yes, a lot of roots here in Mississippi. Family-owned business, been around for almost 80 years now in business in Arkansas and Mississippi.
What makes John Deere such an integral part of AgUp? Because it feels like this is the partnership that drives this company.
It is. It's started, like I said, almost 80 years ago with a partnership with John Deere. Both companies very tied to the land, like to help people do things on their land, accomplish things, whether that be a farm or just getting your food plots ready, something simple like that.
And then John Deere being America's
tractor, correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that does matter, especially now where it feels like everything is coming from not here.
Correct.
Yeah, you want to be able to say that I bought American. You definitely want that.
Yes.
And AgUp, 15 locations. This is the Hattiesburg location. How far north and south can we go with AgUp?
So our farthest north is, we say our territory kind of goes up to Highway 82, and from there all the way to the coast. And then we have some stores in the southeast corner of Arkansas as well.
So you said the sale is going on for how long?
It's 2 weeks, so through the end of next week.
So we're going to have to rush people on this one.
We need people to come on in.
Okay. That's what we call a call to action.
A call to action. This 0% for 84 months, that's a big deal.
And then also $500 off.
$500 off plus 0% for 84 months.
I mean, we're basically we're buying the tractor for you.
That's right. That's right.
And just come in and get the quote. You can be entered to win that awesome generator and pressure washer behind us. We've got hats and T-shirts to give away from AgUp. We've still got some burgers on the grill. We've got the chance to win that we're going to announce today. You can scan this QR code that's right here in front of me. You can win a 20-can cooler, a 30-ounce tumbler, and a fleece blanket. Greg, you're giving away the store.
Giving away everything.
Let's do that. All right, when we come back, we might make fun of Lane Kiffin some more. I don't know. Maybe some baseball, though, when we come back.
Let's do regional projections. Let's break up the monotony.
Yeah, we'll do that. When we come back live from AgUp in Hattiesburg, come see us out here on Highway 49. We'll be back in just a minute.
From the flatlands of Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Every minute worth waiting for.
Super Talk Mississippi.
We were going to go to baseball, but we got some football breaking news that just happened via the schedule that affects Ole Miss, affects Mississippi State. We got the ABC early season schedule out. No surprise to me. Surprise to Michael Borkey.
Well, yes and no.
Ole Miss LSU is locked in. 6:30 Central kickoff in Oxford. The first three primetime games of the year have been announced for ABC. LSU will also be on week 1, 6:30 kickoff at Tiger Stadium against Clemson.
College game day.
College game day already announced. They will be there.
Both of those games. Chase Parham has been on this. College game day is going to Oxford.
There's no surprise there. And then week 2, Ohio State at Texas, 6:30 kickoff from Austin. That's
Battle of the academic powers, Ohio State and Texas. The smartest game of the season.
And then
we played at DKR.
Week 3, 6:30 kickoff at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, LSU at Ole Miss. ABC also announcing a few other things. Week 0 doubleheader, North Carolina versus TCU in Dublin. That's an 11 a.m. Central kickoff. NC State versus Virginia from Rio de Janeiro. 2:30 Central kickoff on ESPN.
Sure. I mean, whatever. Sure.
And then on Black Friday, triple header, Mississippi State at Ole Miss. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff in Oxford on Black Friday.
Leftover Thanksgiving in the Grove. There are worse ways to spend a day.
I like to state, right for the record, once again, that if we're going to do a morning show for that one again, I'm going to need to stay in Oxford on Thursday night. I will not be getting up at 3.
Ask Richard.
I'm asking the guy who's producing right now that I will not be getting up at 3:30 to drive to the Oxford studio. Florida State.
We should camp out.
Steve's producing right now, so what'd you say?
I just said that I will not be getting up at 3:30 in the morning to drive to Oxford.
We should camp out in the Grove.
That's what I said. I'll say it again. We should do what?
Camp out in the Grove.
You're out of your mind.
We'd have a great time.
Yeah, something like that. 2:30 kickoff Central. 2:30 Central, Florida State, and then the nightcap is 7:30 or 6:30 kickoff Texas A&M on ESPN on Thanksgiving night. TCU Texas Tech. So that's a game that'll probably have some college football playoff implications.
Possibly so, yeah.
They also, no other announcements.
Texas Tech, though, no Sorsby.
Yeah. No other announcements as of yet, although Monday Fox said that Oklahoma at Michigan will be its Week 2 big noon game. So Week 2 we start with Oklahoma at Michigan and we finish with Ohio State at Texas.
Nice.
That's what we like to call a great day of college football.
On the Egg Bowl, so we already knew it was going to be Black Friday.
We did.
11 a.m. did a very good number this past year.
It did. Jeff Levy he's kind of let me know that we're going to say that you guys stole some of our cleats this year.
Yeah, we need to circle back to that at some point. Because, again, as I say, if he made it up, why is Mississippi State not crying, not like literally crying, but not like, hey, he made it up. Look, everybody hates him right now. Here's another
This would be the time to jump in.
This would be the time to jump on.
I'm just saying. I know.
But also, I know that there are people that liked the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving because your family did Thanksgiving at the games and stuff like that, and I hear you. And there are people that do work on Black Friday. When it comes to exposure, if it's a thing that you care about, this is the time slot that the best time slot that this game will ever get.
Because it's not going to get the night.
It's not going to get the
Black
night
Friday.
because there are, with all due respect to the Egg Bowl,
I do wonder.
Egg Bowl, there are higher profile games being played that week.
I do wonder. Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say Ole Miss has a great season this year. They're something like 10-2, right? And let's say that Mississippi State bounces back and Kamario Taylor is clearly a star, and they go 8-4 this year. Does the SEC next year say we've really got to find a way to get that game on Saturday, 2:30 kick or 6:30 kick, put it back on Saturday because it can stand up against those other games? But for right now, it's kind of State is kind of putting it where it is.
Yeah, if Mississippi State continues to take
if they take a big step forward this year, next year that game could go to Saturday.
Not step forwards, steps forward.
Steps
Michael.
forward.
Sounds smarter. And then the night game for Ole Miss LSU, not surprising. I'm surprised that they're focused on primetime, knowing that the daytime slot just keeps getting watched by more and more people. There's a leveling out of viewership for these games where during the day, people joke about 11 a.m. being primetime, but there's some truth to the fact that the day games are more and more people are watching the day games as opposed to the night games.
Right.
There's a reason that the SEC has stopped starting games. That's a weird thing to say, stop starting, but they no longer start games after 7 o'clock because people don't watch them the way that they used to late at night. But it also further magnifies the point, especially because it's going to be at night. During the game and after the game, extra security is going to be needed, mostly, in my opinion, because of bad actors that are going to show up to town to try to start stuff. I don't think the people inside of the stadium are going to be the real problem.
No, I agree with that.
I think the real problem is going to be the people that are going to show up.
Well, you're probably going to have, you have 65,000 whatever in the stadium, right? You might have another 50, 60, 70,000 outside the stadium.
Yes.
And based on the results of the game, could have huge problems.
Yes. And obviously, the crowd will be well served. Let's put it that way. And,
CVS better stock up on Robitussin.
I'm going to make sure to effort talking to Keith Carter and having a long conversation with him because Ole Miss is going to release that stadium project soon.
Yeah.
They've narrowed down the bids that they either have or are about to choose who's going to do that project, and shovels are going to hit the ground, I think, next year. So a rather quick thing. So I'd like to talk to him about that, and then, of course, all of this. But also, I am curious to hear what differently they've already started working on to ensure that game is played as normal as it possibly could be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be normal, but to make it as normal as you can make it.
I get what you're saying.
And I would love to know what that plan is and how much extra. Because I think that there are people that are over-exaggerating this to a degree. Like the Baton Rouge ESPN station that has a website now. Guy wrote an awful column. Horrible. Just filled with hyperbole and stuff about, should they cancel the game? I mean, I'm not saying that they should, but maybe they should. It's
like how would you do such a thing?
You wouldn't.
That's my question. Like, let's just play the game for a minute. Play it out. What are they going to do at this juncture? They're going to really cancel an SEC game, a game that's been played continuously for how many years? How many years in a row have LSU and Ole Miss played each other? And you're just going to cancel it? That's just silliness.
It really is. So
that's just that is clickbait at its finest.
Yeah, of course. So. Somebody says, I plan on going to jail September 19th. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, he said February 19th. The person was like,
no, you don't.
That's already come and gone, boss. Are you okay?
No, you don't. And then you got to do things, too. some people think that I'm nuts for talking like this. You've got to make sure that the pat-downs at the gate are a little bit more strict.
Well, I've been a victim of some of those Cobra security pat-downs, and let me tell you, when they want to be strict, they can be.
But you need to. I mean,
one of those guys still owes me dinner.
You can't let people... Again, 99.9% of people in that stadium have no interest in being violent, creating violence, or throwing projectiles at people. But you do have the very small percentage of bad. Somebody's going to try to sneak in a battery or something like that. You have to make sure that kind of stuff does not happen in your stadium. I mean, I think it would be smart.
There was an Ole Miss Twitter account, a big one, tweeting about that yesterday.
Which is just stop, man.
Not an official Ole Miss account. Let me be clear about that. One of the fan accounts, but
that has a big following. That shouldn't do that. I mean, I think it would be smart even to not give cans of beer or bottles.
So
everything in a cup. It's got to be in a cup before you take it out of the concession
stand. I don't know what they do. You've been to a game at Ole Miss. I don't know. At State, they open the can and pour it for you so that there is no. If they throw it, it's not going to go far. It's an empty can.
So the cans they have to be open before you take it out.
Right.
I would say get rid of the.
Give them a cup.
Give them a cup. Everything has to be in a cup. You can't throw cups.
You've got to have more people on hand if you're going to do that because that does slow down the line.
On that day?
So
you have to do everything.
Somebody on the C Spire text line says that they know that they had somebody at Ole Miss tell them they've had some sessions about this, and one of them was, let's not sell alcohol at that game. And they shot it down because of the revenue, but that's not the worst idea you ever had.
It's a conversation
it will get snuck in.
Of course.
But you can still, kind of doing that.
But that's why the cup thing can be a nice bridge. You can't throw cups, man. Even if they're full, you can't do it. Yeah. But a full can of beer or a full Pepsi bottle, you can launch that thing.
Yeah.
And, of course, it will never hit your intended target.
No, you'll hit somebody you don't want to hit.
But I can't stress enough. I'm going to say it 100 times this offseason going into that game. Do not be Tennessee in 2021. Do whatever you can to make sure that does not become you. Because you know who looked great that night? Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin looked great because he kept his composure in that game.
Yeah.
He had the funny picture holding the golf ball, and his team won. And Tennessee looked like absolute trash that night. Don't be them because he will win, ultimately.
So be it.
Let's do regional projections.
For real this time with baseball when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi will hit the regional projections. We're live at AgUp in Hattiesburg.
From the Venable Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you by Covington County Hospital in Collins, where your health matters.
Check this out.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
All right, you want to make a pledge right now?
Maybe.
Until another article comes out.
No more Kiffin talk?
No more Kiffin.
All right, no problem. Breaking news, Kiffin just said
jeez.
He just called Keith Carter a poo-poo head.
But, until another article comes out, there's nothing more to say. I mean, we've litigated this thing to death, right? We've talked about it.
All right, I promise we won't talk about it unless something else funny happens.
That's fine. That works.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal.
We get a meme that we can actually talk about on the air.
There hadn't been many. There's been a lot of texts.
By the way,
more so than usual.
Those of you out there in the movers who've been creating all this fantastic content, I salute you. It's been fantastic work, and that's the reason I will never delete Twitter.
For those about to meme, Hadad,
we salute you.
Baseball America released their regional projections, and as we said yesterday, and as we said going into the weekend, it's going to be pretty clear-cut for Southern Miss, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss in terms of what needs to be done this weekend and what is on the line. Let's start with number 1 overall seed, UCLA, with Miami the 2, Kentucky the 3, San Diego State the 4. Mm-hmm. Opposite, West Virginia, the 16 seed, with Ole Miss as the 2, and Baseball America lists the overall seed, just like the committee will, And they have Ole Miss as the 17 overall seed. So one spot away from hosting Liberty and Binghamton, who has a beautiful facility, by the way. Yeah. I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah, beautiful baseball facility.
And West Virginia, jumping to the top of the Big 12 after sweeping Kansas last week. Yeah, so Kansas is out on this particular projection.
But here, it's so simple. We talked about it last week. Talked about it yesterday.
Win and you host.
Win and you host. Lose and you don't.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Georgia Tech, the number 2 overall seed, with Missouri State there too, Purdue and Connecticut in that regional. Opposite Nebraska, with Oklahoma the 2, Virginia Tech and Wright State. Auburn the number 3 overall seed, with Jacksonville State, St. Joseph's, and Yale. How about Yale in that regional?
Yale was in the Auburn regional a couple years ago. I think they got a game off of Auburn.
Yeah. They had a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
Opposite Corvallis, Oregon State, currently an independent. Well, what conference will they play in next year? Is that Pac-12 is reassembling as baseball as well? Good.
Yeah, like the Avengers.
With Kansas, the 2, Gonzaga, and Indiana State. Georgia, the number 4 overall seed, with Virginia, Texas State, and Fairleigh Dickinson. That is a real academic institution. As the 4, opposite the Starkville regional. So Mississippi State did not get punished too much anyway by losing to Auburn at home. They did fall a couple of spots. Wake Forest the 2, TCU the 3, and Bethune-Cookman the 4.
Bethune-Cookman, beat LSU earlier this year.
Yeah. And that's in Florida, or Miami, one of them.
Yeah.
They have another really good win, too.
Did they beat Florida, or was the game close? I think I
they have another win. Okay. But whatever.
That's also a regional with 3 power teams in it.
Yes.
So
opposite the possibility of Virginia and having to go to Georgia. Can Mississippi State ensure, lock in, whatever, a host with 1 win this weekend?
Yes.
I tend to agree
with you. 1 win. They will. The Starkville regional will be a thing. 2 wins, and we can talk about State being on the other side of the bracket.
They certainly, absolutely can do that with 2 wins. Get swept, and I don't think you're hosting.
I don't think you're hosting. I
also don't think they're getting swept either.
I don't think they're getting swept, but if they do get swept, they will be on the road. I agree with that. So that's the 13th seed. The 5 seed is North Carolina, with the 2 seed there being Tennessee. UCF and Campbell round out the Chapel Hill Regional, paired with College Station. So Texas A&M kind of in the same boat as Mississippi State? I don't know.
Losing a series, the Aggies did not really get punished all that much, but they did fall.
Everybody's playing good teams right now. So A&M, the 12th seed, with Oregon, UTSA, and Tarleton State, who beat Texas earlier this year, as the 4 seed.
Speaking of Texas.
Texas is the 6th seed, the Austin Regional, with UC Santa Barbara, Michigan, and Niagara. That's Niagara. They're paired with the other Los Angeles Regional.
Niagara in the MAC conference.
Yeah. The other Los Angeles Regional, which is USC, that's where Arkansas will be as the 2 seed. Arizona State and Oral Roberts is the 4 seed there. The Tuscaloosa Regional, Alabama has moved over to the right side, the left side of the bracket. They are the 7 seed. They're welcoming Boston College, Mercer, and Southeastern Louisiana. That is paired with the Hattiesburg Regional. Jacob Rudner did not listen to my and Christian Ostrander's advice.
No, he didn't.
He has Cincinnati as the 2 seed here in Hattiesburg with High Point. And is that Southern Illinois University, Evansville, I believe is correct?
I believe you are correct,
That's the 4 seed.
Arkansas will be going to
Arkansas, yes, 100%. Gainesville, Florida. The Florida Gators have moved over to the super regional side of the bracket. They have more quad 1 wins than anyone but Auburn. With Oklahoma State, NC State, and Florida Gulf Coast paired with Tallahassee. Florida State paired together. Very nice. Coastal Carolina, their bad weekend last weekend's cost them. They're no longer on the hosting line. They're the 2 seed in Tallahassee with Miami of Ohio and Holy Cross. So,
how about that for Southern Miss, by the way? So not only is Southern Miss this weekend against a team that they are just simply better than. You're just better by every conceivable metric. Not only are you playing for a conference title, you're only 1 game back of Coastal Carolina, who had an awful weekend. They went from national seed to 22nd.
And Coastal Carolina is at Louisiana this weekend. Louisiana,
not easy.
That's not easy.
And so not only Southern Miss are you playing for a conference title, you are playing for a national seed also.
Yeah, they're on the border there. Can they get ahead of Florida?
Probably not.
But
it's there.
It's there for the taking.
Especially if you make that run in the Sun Belt tournament as well.
If Southern Miss could somehow not lose again until if they could win the Sun Belt and the Sun Belt tournament,
national seed.
They could be a national seed.
I would guarantee a national seed if they don't lose again.
So that's for USM, another sweep, and you got a chance to be the 8th seed. But the Hattiesburg Regional is locked in. That's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
They are 100% done. Starkville Regional is. I don't say 50-50 because I think State's odds of winning one game is better than 50-50.
For sure.
One game, 16-14 plus the Governor's Cup, that's going to be enough to host.
Ooh, let's set those odds. I would call it 80-20 they host in Starkville.
And then if they get 2 wins over Texas A&M, now we're talking about them being the 8th seed possibly. Mm-hmm. Ole Miss, I don't think Ole Miss can get into national seed territory, but they can easily get into the hosting discussion with a series win.
If you sweep and get some wins in Hoover, maybe.
Maybe.
It's a long climb to
I foresee, if you made me guess right now, Ole Miss is probably going to end up being the 13 to the 12 or something like that.
If
they beat Alabama, they got to win 2 out of 3.
Yes.
That's enough, though.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
D1 baseball crashed.
Oh, I've got him. Hold on. I've got it.
It's coming back up.
Well, let's go ahead and get us started then.
Yeah.
The first 2 are the same, kind of. UCLA is the 1 seed there with Miami, Kent State, and San Diego State. They're paired with Eugene, Oregon. The Oregon Ducks, who got a game off of UCLA this weekend. The first loss of the season in conference play for the Bruins.
It's wild.
With Arkansas as the 2 seed in Eugene, Gonzaga, and Wright State. Arkansas is sneakily getting into the hosting discussion. The 2 seed, again, is Georgia Tech with Tennessee, Tarleton, and Bethune-Cookman. They are paired with Lawrence, Kansas. So they've still got Kansas winning the Big 12. The Big 12 champ is going to get a regional. Simple as that. Be it West Virginia or Kansas.
And D1 has 2 Big 12 teams hosting.
Well, there you go.
Now.
Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri State, and then there's SIU, Edwardsville, not Evansville.
Edwardsville.
Very well. They're higher on Georgia at D1 baseball. I don't think they should be. That's the SEC champion. They're the 3 seed with Jacksonville State. Watch out for them. That's a sneaky good team. TCU, and that's where they have Fairleigh Dickinson, paired with Corvallis, the Oregon State Beavers, and this is where they have Ole Miss. Ole Miss is traveling to Corvallis in this projection with Arizona State and Niagara.
Nothing says regional like Oregon, Mississippi, Arizona, and New York.
New York. Auburn's the 4 seed with UCF, Michigan, and North Florida, paired with Morgantown. You mentioned it. 2 Big 12 teams. They've got Coastal. Coastal still not hosting.
With the 17 overall
they have Coastal as the next one up. So that's interesting. Virginia Tech. We talked about them earlier this week. That's going to be a good win for Mississippi State. And then Bucknell. The 5 seed, the North Carolina Tar Heels with USC Santa Barbara, Liberty, and Campbell. That's paired with Starkville. Starkville Regional is Mississippi State, Oklahoma State, NC State, a lot of states, and Southeastern Louisiana.
State. I'm kidding.
No.
But that's an interesting one, too, because Oklahoma State's surging.
Well, it's 3 power teams. Texas is the 6th seed with Boston College, Texas State, and Oral Roberts. Paired with Tallahassee. Florida State, they have Southern Cal headed to Tallahassee, not as a host. Kentucky is the 3 seed there, and that's where Yale is as well. Tuscaloosa is the 7th seed with Virginia, High Point, and St. John's. Paired with Gainesville, the 10 seed. Wake Forest, Western Carolina, St. Joseph's. And then the 8th seed, the Texas A&M Aggies, paired with Cincinnati, UTSA, and Binghamton. That's paired with Hattiesburg, the 9 seed, with Oklahoma. Good job, Kendall. You gave them an SEC team.
They figured it out.
East Carolina and Indiana State. So there is a world here where if Southern Miss can win the Sun Belt, they may be a national seed. They're much closer than I thought they would be, but that's looking good for them.
Yeah, this weekend, just as clear as it possibly could be. That is fascinating. In a good way. We have clearly defined.
Everybody knows everybody understands the assignment. Everybody knows what they have to do if they want to host.
I want 3 regionals in Mississippi. How
Southern
cool
Miss,
of a story that would
Southern
be.
Miss has to sweep. Ole Miss has to win the series. State just got to get a game. And then for State, it's about can you get up to a super regional if you can win 2. Simple as that. It's simple mathematics.
Sports Talk Mississippi from AgUp in Hattiesburg. Come by and see us on Highway 49 North. We'll be right back in the Pearl River Resort Studio.
From the Seabrook Mississippi, you're hearing Sports Talk Mississippi.
What? This is so
awesome on Super Talk Mississippi.
back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Michael Borkey and Brian Hadad with you. So one of my favorite little PR tricks that the NFL does is centered around the schedule release. Mm-hmm. I love it because we already know who the teams are going to play. The schedule is formulaic, if you will. It's cross-division opponents, stuff like that. There's a lot of that built into the schedule, so you already know who the opponents are going to be.
On the schedule. We just don't know the dates.
But they slowly start leaking kickoff times and things like that. That's what they do in the NFL. It's amazing. And we've already gotten some of that. Like we talked about yesterday, we know that Dart and Dak are going to be the first Sunday.
Right.
We know things like that. They will release the schedules on Thursday. We found out because they had a news cycle around when the NFL schedule release day is going to be.
Right.
We are doing that now in college football, and I appreciate that very much. You're getting a slow leak of kickoff times, as we talked about earlier, and now we know the first 3 weeks are going to kick off, we're going to know when the first 3 weeks of games kick off in totality on May 27th. So shout out ESPN for getting on board with the NFL, creating news cycles out of thin air, announcing when you're going to announce when games are going to kick off. It's beautiful.
It's just smart. Look, it's kind of like, you know how like a lot of places, and SuperTalk may do this too, I don't know. But if we do it smart, though, it's like how to watch the game articles.
Yes.
Like every news outlet puts out a how to watch the game, and it's what channel the game is on, what time it's on, what streaming services, things like that, you know, all that. It's just in an article. And it's like, if you're a sports fan, especially if you're a fan of your team, do you really need this article? No. But do people click on those articles? They absolutely do. And it's the same thing here. Like, I don't really need a tweet saying that, hey, we're going to let you know when the times the games are in 2 weeks. In 15 days, we're going to do that. Like, you could just do that. So, but I appreciate them doing it on a Wednesday, because that gives me an extra segment for Thunder and Lightning. That's one less thing to think about.
I have a take that what happened? I haven't looked at the text line in a while.
No, it's not the text line.
Lane Kiffin, the human rights activist.
Oh man, everything is great right now.
Oh my gosh, it really you really can't beat it. I've workshopped this take a little bit.
Yeah.
The best kickoff time varies based on opponent.
Oh, yeah.
The best kickoff time to play your non-marquee, non-conference games or a conference game against a team that you know that your team is better than is 11 a.m.
Okay, I'm going to disagree.
But here's why.
Just a little bit.
Because you don't have to worry about getting jacked up for the game. You watch your team play, and then you have the rest of the day to pour a beer and kick back and just enjoy college football.
I would say
great.
Like 2:30 is the best time for those games because you want to get a little tailgating in.
Not for the crappy games, though.
No, I want to get a little tailgating in.
See, 2:30 is the best game.
2:30 and 2:30 is the marquee game against your non-rival. You know,
and then the night game is the
Ole Miss. If Ole Miss and Texas A&M, right, are playing each other, and it's a big game, 2:30 is a great kickoff time.
Yes,
but Ole Miss, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Alabama, Auburn. I know how most Alabama Auburn games have been at 2:30, but they're better at night. You want to have that full day. Everybody's good and tanked up, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, this guy's right. Tailgate after the 11 a.m. game. There is no greater feeling.
After the game, I want to go home, put my feet up on my couch, and watch football.
You got to get a TV in your tailgate then.
Well, I mean, they all have them now.
Putting your feet up and just being comfortable with a victory beer or two. You don't want to go home because the victory vibes in the tailgating area, that's unmatched. There are very few feelings in life, like the birth of your child, that beats this. But besides that, there are very few feelings that are better than going back to the tailgate and sitting down and cracking open whatever your beverage of choice is and just enjoying the next couple of hours and basking in the aura of victory. You can't beat that. Look at the last text we just got. We can't read any of your messages today at all. You guys are being hilarious, and we cannot reward you.
I think we could read that one.
I don't know if I want to read that one.
We got Will on the line. Will, look at that text, and you tell us if we can read that.
It's a family program.
It's family adjacent. So... yeah. Marty from Portland says, at LSU, the best game time is always at night. Yeah, we know. You cry about it all the time.
Oh, gosh. Remember when the LSU people, we can't get 11 a.m. games. It's hot here. It's so hot. They don't care about...
You got to Starkville and Oxford at 11 a.m. on an early October Saturday, and it's 58.
Texas played a season opener at 11 a.m. You think it wasn't hot in Austin?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But no, we got to protect the...
Yeah.
I thought you guys were tough. I thought it was an intimidating environment. You're telling me that you can't handle a little heat? Now, in fairness, I would not want to sit out in that heat either if I didn't have to. There's a reason they built the Superdome.
Right. But that's my point. Like, it's just silliness. Like, it's hot everywhere in the South. It goes back to, if I could go back to the discussion we had the other day about if I had ultimate power, that would have maybe been another one of the tenets of my platform of, everybody in the SEC, you get one night game, you get one 11 a.m. game locked in, and then the other two games, your home games, are just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you get lucky and get 3 night games, so be it. If your team's good enough to warrant that, so be it. But you may get 3 11 a.m. games but you will get one night game. You should be
guaranteed to get one.
Yeah.
Matt, we can't read.
The C Spire text line is delivering the goods today.
This is the best the text line's ever been.
If we were a satellite radio station, we'd be having a lot of fun right now. But as we are FCC compliant at all times, if our HR department is listening, at all times, we're there.
This is one of the best days on the text line. The best day on the text line was when we got into tell the story about the time he got arrested. That was a really good day on the text line. The speeding one, but the arrest one was fun.
Black Panther Day was a good one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
The animal.
Yeah. No, not the movie.
Not the movie.
No.
The animal. Gosh, that may have been the best day on the text line we've ever had.
Yeah, we've had some good ones.
And we were getting pictures and trail cams and stuff like that.
We were, I saw one, yeah.
601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. You want to be a part of the show? That is how you do it on this Tuesday afternoon.
My cousin's like, we drink more at LSU. Who is we, Marty? You don't drink. I've never seen you drink in my life.
Quite an accomplishment. What a warm and welcoming place.
It's fantastic.
It really is. I mean, there's nothing wrong there. Just a place at peace. Another one we can't
read it. Like, what are you guys doing to me?
Oh, man.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. Keep it up.
The finalists for the Ferris Trophy have been announced,
right.
And that is, of course, to the most outstanding college baseball player in the state of Mississippi, Ace Reese. He's hitting .335 and leads the SEC with 21 doubles this year. Also, the hits leader at Mississippi State currently with 68, has 18 bombs as well. I know, so close. He's got time to get there.
He'll get there.
Left-handed pitcher Tomas Valinkis. 8-2 on the season. He's just a sophomore, by the way. His ERA is 2.52, 105 strikeouts to just 16 walks. He is second in the SEC in wins and strikeouts and third in ERA.
Very good pitcher.
Ole Miss right-handed pitcher Cade Townsend, he's 5-2. He's been awesome this year, although his last start, not his best. But he's got a 3.25 ERA, struck out 77, and has only allowed 20 earned runs this season. Judd Utermark, who has been spectacular lately for Ole Miss. He's got a 317 average. I think it's 400 over the last 3 weeks. I think, if not just a little bit below that. But he's been on a tear. He's got 19 home runs, 59 RBIs. He is among the top in the SEC in slugging percentage and total bases. And also, if he hits one more home run, he will break the program all-time record. So, yeah. Southern Miss lefty Graydon Harris. He's 7-1 on the season. He's got a 3.13 ERA. Struck out 85 batters in 73 innings. So those are your nominees for the Ferris Trophy. 2 from State, 2 from Ole Miss, and Graydon Harris from Southern Miss. We kind of debated this before the show began.
Yeah.
I think if you vote for one of 3, you're justified. And I think I narrowed it down to Reese, Valinkis, and Utermark. I think
those are the top 3.
You can vote for any one of those 3 and be like, yes, a totally reasonable and fair vote.
Yeah, I think Valinkis will win.
I think he will too.
He's had a fantastic year. He's been there the whole year. He's been steady. It's only had like one stinker performance, and State ended up winning that game. That was against LSU. I think Valinkis will end up being the Ferris Trophy winner. I could see Utermark. I could see Reese. Reese hasn't been as good as he was last year, so that's why I don't think he'll win it this year. Surprised that Hunter Elliott's not on there?
He has not had a good year.
He hasn't, but I thought he might get the sympathy there.
The legend vote?
Yeah. But it is what it is. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk some more about what's all the great stuff going on here at AgUp in Hattiesburg. They've got great specials, great deals, and great swag to give away. Please come see us here on Highway 49 in Hattiesburg. When we come back, more from AgUp at SportsTalk Mississippi.
From the Venable...
Come on. Are we going to do this?
Back to Sports Talk Mississippi.
Keep rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. We'll get wild.
Sports Talk Mississippi, we are live here at AgUp on Highway 49 North in Hattiesburg. We've got great deals, great gifts to give away, a lot of great stuff, and great people like Josh Friend over here, one of the sales guys here at AgUp. And Josh, this is what we were talking about earlier with Greg, that, you drive past AgUp and you see these massive tractors out there, and you're like, well, what can I get there? Because Borkey and I, we're just normal homeowners. But this place has got a lot of stuff going on for just the person who just has a small yard they want to mow or just trying to keep stuff up around their house.
Absolutely. We got everything from small mowers, small compact tractors, subcompact tractors, utility tractors, full-size tractors, hay mowers, hay balers, compact construction equipment, anything that you can think of, we got it here. String trimmers, blowers, anything, we got it here.
And we'll talk about it later, the battery-powered stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I was telling him that he's like, all right, just pull the trigger, and I did so, and I had to hold on.
Yeah,
I was surprised by that. So that's good stuff. We will talk about that. That's some cool gear y'all have got there. But the tractors are the main event here at AgUp.
Right,
yeah. When we're talking, you see the backdrop behind us, and it kind of shows them off there. Now, are all the tractors that you guys sell, are they all on this banner here?
For the most part, we got them all here. That banner's pretty much got all the different levels of them. You got your 1 Series, you got your 5 Series, 3 Series, Gators, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much.
All right, so take us through what these tractors do. If I am coming in here and I'm thinking about getting a 1 Series tractor, what do I need to know about it?
1 Series tractor is pretty much your do-it-all tractor under 10 acres. 1 Series, you got a front end loader. You got a rear 3-points lift for rear implements, and you also got you can put a belly mower under it to cut your grass. So you got one piece of equipment, and you can do everything you need to do around your property. And that's a subcompact tractor, so it's smaller frame. It's not as intimidating for people to get on. Really easy to operate, stuff like that.
And if you haven't purchased one of those, you've never been on one before, I assume you guys would kind of give you a crash course on exactly how to operate. Because if I ever acquired land one day, I would love to get something from here, but I wouldn't know what to do if I sat on it.
Yeah, we will go through it with you. They also have apps and stuff that list tutorial videos, stuff like that, and there's nothing that you can tear up that can't be fixed. So we will.
You don't know him that well.
And ironically enough,
yeah,
they fix it right here.
They will. They will absolutely fix it for you. All right. If I'm thinking about a 3 Series, what am I looking at there?
3 Series probably our most popular compact tractor we sell. You got anywhere up to 25, 30 acres that you could take care of with that. You're going to have a little bit heavier tractor as opposed to the subcompact are the ones you can get bigger implements. Small property owners, deer camp guys, stuff like that. That's where our 3 Series are pretty much go to. They're pretty popular. unit for us. And then as far as your
the big boy there.
Yeah, your 5 Series is going to be more of like a production style tractor, large landowners, stuff like that. You know, you got your poultry guys, cattle guys, whether you're cutting hay, you know, keeping your pasture land up, you know, stuff like that. That's where your 5 Series come into play. And there's a broad range of horsepower there from 50 horsepower, and your 5 Series goes all the way up to like 130 horsepower as well. So
sounds like if you have a job.
Yeah.
A job.
Yep. That's
outside.
Right. Yep.
You guys will take care of
That's right. That's right. And on the sale we're running right now, the for the next week or so, you're getting actually your national incentives from Deere on those, plus you're getting extra $500 off and 0% for 84 months financing up to a 5 Series tractor, 75 horsepower.
So today is May 12th, 2026. You're talking about 84 months. No 0% financing until May 12th, 2033. That's a real year, by the way.
That's right.
That's a year that's going to happen, right. God willing. But we go back to what we were saying about the average homeowner. I see that you got a huge selection over there of steel products as well. That's a lot of great stuff to have around the house for whatever the job is.
Absolutely. We sell a lot of the battery power stuff has become very popular lately. No need for gasoline, you know, mixing gas, stuff like that. As long as you got electrical power, you can charge your stuff up. Also got our steel combi units. You're buying a power head, then you can get a string trimmer head, a brush cutter head, a blower, a hedge trimmer, anything, a tiller, all for one power head. So you just it detaches in the middle. You put anything when you want on it, you're good to go.
And I was telling them earlier, I had battery-powered stuff for my yard.
Yeah.
Weed eater, blower, and it was awful. It was weak.
Yeah.
And then
not this.
Not this at all.
The things we've been able to see here from Steel and from other we'll talk about some more of that later. It's not. It takes the idea of battery power.
Whatever you think about battery power, change your mind.
Right. Change your mind on that. So,
right.
Josh, we really appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you all for having us here. It's been a great time here at AgUp today. 5 o'clock hour coming up. Please come by and say hello. We got stuff to give away, and we've got deals to make. If you want to get some John Deere green, AgUp is the place to get it. And they're going to give you a chance to win an awesome power generator and a pressure washer just by getting a quote on a 5 Series tractor. Just get a quote. You can't make it any easier for that. The college football fix is coming up. You know how I know that? It's almost 7 a.m. in Korea.
Exactly.
So we know that. That means college football fix when we come back. Live here at AgUp in Hattiesburg on Highway 49 North. Come and see us.
Come on, SuperTalk Mississippi.
Check this out. Are you ready?
Yeah! Sports Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Michael Borkey and Brian Hadad with you. Just 2 days away from the start of the final weekend of the regular season in college baseball. That has come and gone quickly. We've talked about that. We talked about regional projections today. We talked about the 2 new Lane Kiffin articles. No, not Vanity Fair. No. 2 new ones today where he tells all about his departure from Ole Miss. And
we'll do a tell-all article about you one day.
I'm sure there's so much to tell.
He's the worst.
If you want to hear that conversation in its entirety, wherever you get your podcast, just search Sports Talk Mississippi, Apple, Spotify, wherever, and you can get this show uploaded for you every single day, commercial-free, by the way. Every single day, wherever you get your podcast. Takes about 15 minutes or so after the show ends for that to get uploaded, but it's there for you. We are at AgUp in Hattiesburg. What is it? 7000 Highway 49 North in Hattiesburg is where we are. Come by and say hello, and we've got stuff for you if you come by.
We do.
And say hello. And we also got some college football to talk about, so let's do that right now for the college football fix.
Got the music and everything. The College Football Fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built Ford Tough. That's the best-selling truck in America, the Ford F-150. If you're looking for a new truck, there is only one place to go. Your Mississippi Ford dealers today. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
College Game Day has announced 2 of their locations for this season, neither of which should really surprise you at all. The first one, LSU hosting Clemson, will be College Game Day in Week 1. Week 1 in college football really is lacking.
It's soft.
Big-time matchups on that Saturday.
It's not a great Week 1. There wasn't really a good option beyond that. Not that Clemson at LSU isn't a good game and a good matchup. It's fun, but there's not a lot of other choices.
The only ranked matchup that weekend is on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's Ole Miss Louisville.
Right.
But it's on Sunday.
Right.
College Game Day does not happen on Sunday. Week 2, Ohio State, Texas in Austin.
Another one that's just an easy choice.
And then Week 3, another easy choice. This has not been announced yet, but Chase Parham reports that he expects ESPN to announce Oxford as the September 19th College Game Day location this week, or at least it will leak out, he says. Either way, it'll be at Ole Miss LSU.
Makes sense. It's the biggest game it is of the first 3 weeks of the season. It is by far the biggest game.
That will be.
And it's not that, Texas Ohio State is a bigger game in terms of those two teams will both be in the top 5, maybe top 3. It could be 1-2. But in terms of national attention, in terms of the casual fan tuning in, like, ooh, there could be shenanigans, everybody's going to want to watch that game.
That, I can't think of one off the top of my head. And, College Game Day really tries to keep bad signs away. Now, they still sneak in, but keep bad signs away. And they try to keep the crowd from creating issues.
Right.
I can't remember a time where College Game Day has not been received well by the fans. Mm-hmm. This might be the first.
You don't think that?
Ole Miss fans have not forgotten about what happened on the set of College Game Day the last couple of weeks of last season.
Mm.
I don't think when Nick Saban talks on College Game Day, he's going to get cheers and all that stuff. I don't think Pat McAfee is going to get, and now Pat will play to the crowd and he'll probably end that, but Kirk Herbstreit is not a popular person among Ole Miss fans. Lane Kiffin is not Nick Saban is not a popular person right now among Ole Miss fans. The people that I have interacted with are not excited that College Game Day is going to come. They have a 4-letter word U attitude towards the set of College Game Day being on the Grove stage that day. They're not excited about that. It starts with a different letter.
Oh.
But they're not excited about that.
Well,
that might be the first time I've ever heard fans are indifferent or outright negative. I don't want them on my campus.
It's going to be interesting to see what that's like. Like, that's so early in the morning, so the crowd shouldn't be too lubed up at that point. But, my goodness, like the LSU fans and the Ole Miss fans and that proximity to each other, that early in the morning, I mean, this is all bad, man. This is all bad. You don't have to worry. You're talking about the game having problems. Game day is going to have problems.
So we do get this on the text line. How do they police signs? So College Game Day, if you've never been to the set of College Game Day, they have multiple barriers.
Just need to do this in the pavilion. Just put them on the floor.
I mean, maybe not the worst idea. But they have multiple barriers that you have to pass through to get behind the set of College Game Day. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just walk up on. I mean, you can, but you have to. They have it fenced off in multiple ways because they do those camera shots in the crowd. And how do you think they disperse the crowd? Well, it's already dispersed. They have alleys and stuff like that. That's how they are able to kind of police the crowd a little bit, is that they have true barriers set up. They can control who gets in, who gets out, what signs get in, what get out. And I assume there's going to be a police presence and all that stuff. But, yeah. The first time College Game Day went to Oxford, people were jacked up. Crowd was amazing, all that stuff. The first time College Game Day went to Starkville, people were jacked up, right? It's been a thing that's been really well received. This year, no, it won't be. And I'm curious about the production, Hadad, because if you're getting chants that they're going to get that feature words that ESPN does not on purpose air, that dump button is going to have to mute a lot of the content that is said on the show.
Maybe no crowd mics for this one. just have the guys on stage. That's all you've got. It's the only sound that gets through. I don't know, man. This is the most unique situation for a college football game we've ever encountered. I can't remember ever one like it, where there was just so much off the field drama that it's going to find its way into the production of the game, into the game itself. You know, where people are talking about delays, we're talking about arrests. Like, we haven't even talked about the game. It should be a good football game.
Well, who knows what the teams are? I don't really know. There's games. Sam Levitt, just got pins taken out of his ankle, and there's questions about how good he is when healthy and going through a full spring and all of that stuff. But and also, somebody said that Ole Miss declined a visit from College Game Day. I've not heard that myself. Can you?
I'm sure you could decline it if you really wanted to.
But they're the ones that write the checks.
Well, at the end of the day, I think if you said, look,
it's not happening.
We don't want it, I think they would take that into consideration. But at the same time,
I think if I were Keith Carter, because if it's going to be a 3-hour CAA fest, I don't want it on my campus.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
You're going to have to give me a programming rundown before I let you set up on my campus. If I'm Keith Carter, I'm speaking from the perspective of Keith Carter here.
Yeah.
You're going to have to prove to me that it's not going to be what it was at the end of last season if I'm going to let you take up real estate on my campus.
Yeah.
Because they take up space in the Grove.
Yeah.
And now people are paying for those spots, remember.
Right.
It's not first come, first serve anymore.
Or do they move them?
Yeah.
Maybe closer. No. Do they move game day closer to the stadium or something? Put them right outside.
It would be smarter to keep them away from the Grove, I think.
Yeah. Just put them by the stadium. You can limit. Yeah. This sounds like warfare almost, but like you got to limit access points. It's like 300. Like make them funnel through here.
Yeah.
Don't let them spread out. I don't know what's going on.
You don't watch it anymore, really, do you?
Not really, no.
Once Corso, this is going to sound kind of disrespectful, but it's just the truth. Once Corso had his stroke and he lost his ability to really be present, is when I started watching less and less.
Yeah, I don't watch it at all.
Because he was the guy that brought me into College Game Day. I love Lee Corso.
My thought process right now is I talk about college football during college football season 5 days a week. I don't really need another 3 hours before it actually gets started. What are they going to tell me that I don't already know or that I actually care about? I don't really care.
Well, they used to really immerse themselves in the location. They don't do that anymore.
No, now it's like week 1, let's talk about the college football playoff.
And there just happens to be, we happen to be at a location.
Yeah.
We're doing a studio show on location. It used to be all about where they were.
They would do local angles and things like that. And they do some of that. They have the restaurant come up and cater to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same. It's just not. It's such a corporate feel, and I don't enjoy it. So I don't watch it.
I remember when they went to Jackson State. I went.
Yeah. That was a cool one.
That was a cool thing.
They've had some moments in there.
Man, when they went to Fargo, that was awesome.
Yeah.
When Lee Corso dressed like James Madison at James Madison.
That's a good one.
That was awesome.
That's a good one.
That dog is ugly.
Yeah. That's a good one, too.
He said the disparaging remark to the kid. I don't know if I can repeat that on the radio.
You can't say that. Also can't say what Lee Corso said when he was picking SMU in Houston.
SMU in Houston, yeah.
Yeah, can't have that. So, all right, we got somebody on the text line saying we want to talk more about baseball. You want to do that when we come back? They're tired of all the football talk.
The one guy here is tired of the football talk, and you know what? That's fine.
We'll go to baseball when we come back. SportsTalk Mississippi live at AgUp here in Hattiesburg. Please come see us. We've got stuff to give you. We're on Highway 49 North. Back in just a minute.
In the Venable Glass.
Let the broadcasting of the disturbed continue.
SportsTalk Mississippi. SuperTalk Mississippi.
We make promises promises, and we keep them on this show. Let's talk a little baseball, Brian Hadad.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's get the RPI out here. We'll go through the top, we'll say 16. Okay. So if they were just seeding by RPI.
Well, and you've got some hosts that are outside of the top 16, which is important for the conversation.
Like if you look at the D1 bracket, West Virginia was a host, but they're 18th. Oregon was a host, but they're 20th. And then you got some that are on the bubble of hosting. Coastal Carolina is at 25. Kansas is at 22, so on and so forth. So 16 is Oregon State, the only independent. They have the second fewest number of Quad 1 wins. They are 3-4 on the season in Quad 1. One of those losses is to Southern Mississippi. At the tournament that the Golden Eagles played.
That was a big win.
That was a big win for Southern Miss. Nebraska is the 15th seed. I think right now we're at a pretty good consensus that Nebraska is not going to get to host. Right now they're the third place team, maybe in the Big Ten, or second place team, but they are 6 games off the pace from where UCLA is. Yeah, so I don't think Nebraska hosts. Georgia is interesting because they are the 14th seed, but they are certainly going to host. They are not on any kind of bubble whatsoever. The outright SEC champions, they're 41-11. Their strength of schedule is their issue. It's 37th, which is the second lowest of anybody.
That is wild that Georgia, at the end of the season, through an SEC schedule, winning the way they have.
There's an easy explanation for it.
Their non-conference.
Their non-conference strength of schedule is 229. It's by far the worst.
Crazy.
Ole Miss is at 13. We've told the Rebels what their case is. They have to win their series this weekend. If they do that, they're going to host. If they don't, they're not going to host. They have 13 Quad 1 wins. That's among the most in this top 16. And they also have, at this time, no bad losses. Memphis has had a little bit of a winning streak.
Love that.
And they're closer to 100 now. So Ole Miss is going to end up with no bad losses. So that's a good job for the Rebels.
And let's pause there for a second, because you've seen in college baseball, Kentucky did it, and they cited, travel this past weekend was a little too tough on our guys, so we can't play a game against Northern Kentucky, whose RPI is in the 200. I'm sure that's just a total coincidence. Ole Miss has one of those games tonight. Tennessee Martin in the 200s as well in the RPI. Asked Mike Bianco about it yesterday. His stance was basically, they told us not to cancel those games, and so we're not going to cancel that game tonight or tomorrow night. It is what it is. It seems like as long as Ole Miss wins this game,
it's not going to hurt them.
It's not going to hurt them.
Okay.
Now, if they lose this game,
if they lose this game, that would be devastating.
Devastating.
So don't do that. So
they would have to sweep this weekend almost if they lost this game tonight. But as long as they win, from an RPI perspective, playing this game will not hurt them the way that these games have in the past. They're okay right now.
Yeah. Florida is at 12th. They've dropped a spot. They have the second most Quad 1 wins of anybody with 15. They also have 3 Quad 4 losses, so kind of an interesting case study there. The Gators feel like they're pretty much a lock to host. Mississippi State is 11. They have moved up a spot since yesterday. 38-14, number 8 strength of schedule, 9-11 against the Quad 1. No bad losses is another big positive for Mississippi State. Texas A&M is at 10 in the RPI. Only one bad loss for the Aggies, 12 Quad 1 wins. Southern Miss is at 9, 37-14 overall. They have 21 Quad 1, Quad 2 wins, but they also have 5 Quad 3, Quad 4 losses. The problem with Southern is it's not a problem. The issue there is Southern plays in a conference where you play a lot of Quad 3, Quad 4 games. And I don't think anybody expects you to sweep every weekend in conference play. You're going to drop some games there. So this isn't them dropping a lot of midweek games like it would be for an SEC team.
Yeah.
USC is an interesting study, right? 41-12 overall. They have the number 40 strength of schedule. 0-8 Quad 1.
You can't give that a host. I know they like to spread the love around it, and this is what
I'm agreeing with you. They're 11-9 Quad 1, Quad 2.
There's been discussion about, if Ole Miss just gets to 15 because of strength of schedule and all that stuff, they should still host. And when you're talking about merit and metrics, you've got a point. But the suits in the room get cute with stuff like this. They like to spread things out. And
USC is a 2 seed you probably don't want to see, but they should be a 2 seed.
0-8 against the best teams on their schedule.
Right.
That should not host.
Florida State's is the 7 RPI team, 36-15, number 5 strength of schedule, 8 Quad 1 wins, only 1 bad loss.
They're good.
Alabama is 6, 35-17. They've what's been interesting about Alabama is they've been in this 4, 5, 6 range for RPI for some time. But it's this recent winning streak they've gone on in conference play that's boosted them up.
6 consecutive wins in the SEC.
They do have 3 quad 3 losses. North Carolina, 20-7, 49-1, not 49-1, 49, and they have a tie. Overall, they only have 1 bad loss, and their tie is a quad 3 tie.
How did they tie? Do you know the answer to that?
I don't. I'm sure it was a weather thing. Texas is at 4, number 6 overall schedule. 14-8 quad 1, only 1 bad loss. That's like I lost to Tarleton, I would imagine, for the Longhorns. The 3 seed Auburn, or the 3 RPI team is Auburn. No bad losses. 13-12 overall in quad 1 games. Those 2 wins over Mississippi State, going on the road and getting 2 wins at Mississippi State, really bumped Auburn up. They went from I think 5 to 3. Georgia Tech is at 2. They're 16-5 against quad 1. They have 2 quad 3, quad 4 losses. 42-8 overall are the Yellow Jackets. I don't think this is your normal Richard Cross Yellow Jackets Charmin soft team. This is a good baseball team.
I don't think so.
And then, of course, number 1 UCLA, where they've been all season long. I think they've been wire to wire number 1 in the RPI. 46-5, 26-1 in the Big Ten. They're 25-2 quad 1 and quad 2. They have more bad losses than they have good losses. That's a crazy stat. They have 2 quad 1, quad 2 losses. They have 3 quad 3, quad 4 losses. But they only have 5 losses on the season, which is an incredible statistic. The Bruins, barring some sort of ridiculous collapse here and then in the conference tournament, would be the number 1 overall seed when we do these brackets. So as we've been talking about all this today, for Southern Miss, they still need to sweep. They're playing the number 210 RPI team in Georgia Southern. They need to sweep them at home.
You have to sweep.
Those games are being at home makes it even more so. You have to sweep them. And if they do that, not only will they lock in the Hattiesburg Regional, which may already be locked in, they will likely be the Sun Belt champions because I really feel like Coastal may drop at least 1 game at Louisiana this weekend. I could see them dropping 2 the way they're playing right now. For Mississippi State, the Starkville Regional is really close to being a lock. Mm-hmm. It's not all the way. If they had won 2 games last week, they would be done. They would be locked in. They would probably be looking at a super regional with 1 win. They need to win 1 to be sure that they're going to host. 2 puts them in the super discussion. For Ole Miss, you got to win this series at Alabama. If you win this series, you will almost certainly host. It would be a huge upset if you didn't. They would be.
They would.
At 16-14, you're going to host.
Yes.
You're probably going to be paired with somebody like Auburn, maybe Georgia, maybe even Georgia Tech. But you would absolutely be hosting a regional in that situation. So we've come to the final weekend, and for all 3 teams, if they just handled their business this weekend, and it's interesting. Southern needs all 3. Ole Miss needs 2. State really just needs 1. 2 would get them a super, I think.
I think so, too.
So, but 1 is enough to make sure that you're hosting first round.
And here we are again. You hate in baseball in particular to put pressure on one individual player, but, Ole Miss hosting or not, I think it's going to simply come down to what kind of start you get from Hunter Elliott 2 nights from now.
Yeah.
If you get what he gave you last Friday, you are going to host a regional, and your ceiling, if he continues on that path, your ceiling is the College World Series. But if he does not, Ole Miss has a really good pitching staff. Bullpen depth is an issue, I think. They don't have that many reliable bullpen arms. When you get to a 3rd game, if you get to a 4th game in a regional, I have no idea who would pitch for Ole Miss. No idea. And whatever options exist are not particularly reliable. It really just
depend on what they had done in the bullpen. Like, does Walker Hooks go in as an opener or a Calhoun?
But you would imagine he pitched both of them.
You would think
already.
Yeah.
And so, Will Libert, I don't like calling out players that have done nothing truly wrong, but that was an evaluation that getting wrong has hurt them. Uh-huh. And so if Elliott's not going to give you 6 or 7, if he doesn't give you that, then you're in trouble. But if he does, the guys that you can depend on out of the pen are exceptionally good, and that makes... Hey, Dad, this is one of those crazy things where I think Ole Miss is better equipped to win a super regional than a regional.
Yeah, I agree.
They have a pitching staff, I think, that is better equipped to beat a better team in 3 games than have to possibly play 4 games in a weekend. I know it's kind of crazy. Maybe that's a little hot takey, but That's where they are. They can play with anybody in the country in a 3-game series. But if you ask them to go to a 4th game in a regional, I don't know if they are as equipped as other teams are to survive something like that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, Game 4 for Ole Miss is a delicate proposition.
Yes.
For State, it can be. It depends on whether or not how much. Honestly, the name that comes to mind is Bauer. Like, can you avoid using him and let him be your game? Honestly, you asked me earlier if State was up against a weak 4 seed, who would I start? I might start Bauer. See if I can get 60 pitches out of him.
Don't hate that.
And then go from there. Think about, because with Bauer, what MAC school has faced a left-hander throwing 100? None. You should have the advantage there. We'll be back in just a minute from AgUp at SportsTalk Mississippi.
From the Seagrove. Sports Talk Mississippi. Here's more. Super Talk Mississippi.
Notre Dame got a blue chip commitment on the offensive line. Michael, why are you bringing that up? His name.
Oh, you're going to try to pronounce that name?
Oluwasi Milor Oluboboloa. Oluwasimilori Oluboboloa.
I'll give you about a 38% chance you got that right.
Oluwasimilore.
Just call him Olu.
Olubobola.
Olu. That's his name.
Oluwasimilor Oluboboloa. David Kellum, if you're listening. Neil Price, if you're listening.
Aren't you glad? He's an offensive lineman. You wouldn't have to say it very often.
Aren't you glad, though, that he did not commit to Mississippi State or Ole Miss? Aren't you guys just
Reminds me of, there's a Jack Crystal clip. State was playing Arkansas, and Sam Olajibutu kept making tackles. And he says, another tackle by Olajibutu. I really wish someone other than Olajibutu would make another tackle. So, yeah, we've all been there.
Oh, man. There's also a certain player for Eastern Michigan that you should also be glad. That
I promise if Richard Cross ever calls an Eastern Michigan game, I will be locked in trying to hear like what he says there. And no, we won't be saying that.
We have not yet discussed the news that Bobby Cox, a legend, passed away. I know that there are a lot of Braves fans here in the state of Mississippi for a lot of reasons. I mean, we had the Mississippi Braves here, but also their broadcast reached all the way out here at one point, correct? And then now on television, select games this year. It's going to end up being an all-year thing. You can watch over the air. A lot of Braves fans here, and a legend passed away.
A rough week for the Braves last week. You lose Ted Turner, who, of course, was the genius behind what made the Braves such a national phenomenon, and certainly in the South. The reason so many people are Braves fans is because they could watch the Braves games. You could watch all 162 of the Braves games on Turner, on TBS. And, of course, for me, being a huge fan of wrestling, Ted Turner was a huge part of that, bringing wrestling to primetime television. 6:05 p.m. on a Saturday, I was locked in to World Championship Wrestling. So they lose him, and then they lose Bobby Cox. That's a tough couple of weeks. A friend of mine who is a Braves fan, when he found out that Cox had died, he was like, protect Dale Murphy at all costs. Can't resist, can't risk losing the Murph. So, yeah, that's two huge pieces of the Braves and their history, and, of course, their great success in the 90s. Turner was the owner, and Bobby Cox was the manager. And so, yeah, that's a big blow. Bobby Cox is also a great legend of baseball, a guy that he made. He was one of those managers that made getting thrown out be an art. It
was an art form. It was just amazing. Yeah, 2 World Series rings, one of which, of course, is the manager of the Atlanta Braves in 1995. I do not remember that. I was 3 when that happened, but I grew up in Braves territory. Everybody around me was a Braves fan.
I was surrounded by Braves fans growing up.
And then the Cubs.
The Cubs were the other team because of WGN, because they had a national network. And there was during the summer, if you were a baseball fan like I am, during the summer you would about noon you'd watch the Cubs, and about 6 o'clock you'd watch the Braves. You had 2 baseball games that you knew you could count on every day because they were just on TV. They were on WGN and TBS.
Mike Leach had a great rant about the pretend Cubs fans anytime the Cubs are good. My Cubbies. You hear my Cubbies.
Did he really? I've never heard this.
Oh, it's
I need to find that. My wife's a Cubs fan. So
really?
She's a legit one, though.
Yeah, but you see that. People come out of the woodwork that only when the Cubs are good, suddenly it's like, go Cubs, go. Like, I've been a fan forever. No, oh really? When did you decide to be a fan? Because you don't say anything about this. You go look in their closet,
and there's probably a lot of Red Sox gear.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
Lakers and Duke basketball and
Cowboys,
Yankees,
Bulls.
The Cowboys are getting to the point where the bandwagon fans, they're just not going to exist anymore.
Like 1996, you'd see those people who had the Cowboys jacket, and they switched to a Bulls jacket, and they switched to a Yankees jacket. That was how the seasons went for them.
I don't know why that drives me nuts the way it does. Like
you don't like bandwagon fans?
No, and I mean, like
in college though, you want bandwagon fans. You want sidewalk.
You want your programs to have them, but like the Pelicans, for example, when the Lakers go play in New Orleans, there's yellow everywhere, and it's like, how many of you have ever actually been to Los Angeles? Like the percentage of people that overtake the Smoothie King Center, the blender as they affectionately call it, how many of you actually have ever been to Los Angeles in your life? You probably drove in from Metairie and you're wearing a LeBron jersey.
Hey.
I hate that, though.
I'm a Lakers fan.
You've been to Los Angeles.
I have never been to
You've never been to Los Angeles.
So we landed a plane there one time and immediately took back off going to Las Vegas. That's it. I've never been to the city of Los Angeles.
But that drives me nuts. I've told you the story about my neighbor, the Alabama fan, where I'm walking in the neighborhood with Maverick, may he rest in peace, and there's a guy that just moved into the neighborhood down the block to the right, and he's putting his Alabama flag in his yard, and so we stop and start talking because I want neighborhood friends. He's about my age, and he's putting up his Alabama flag, and we start talking, and he tells me that he is an Alabama fan, quote, because they're good.
I mean, I get it.
I wanted to take that flag and throw it through his window.
That's a bit much.
Because they're good.
This is a guy who's like, hey, I got enough stress in my life. I have enough pain.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Pain is just weakness leaving the body.
I just want to have a moment of happiness.
Do you know how much weakness has left your body over the years?
Enough to power cities.
Imagine if you were an Alabama fan. You'd be the weakest guy I know.
I'd be so happy that.
I
wouldn't be right now, but like 10 years ago, I'd been walking around like this. It'd been fantastic. Been so good.
But you'd be so weak.
Well, I guess. But
and then remember how you felt when Mississippi State won the national championship.
It was great.
You had to work for that.
I did.
You earned that.
What have I gotten since then?
The memory of how hard you worked to get that.
I'd rather have been Alabama and just won 10 national titles.
But it's empty. It's empty. Choosing a team because they're good.
I guess.
Just because they're good. Give me a break. Give me a break. There has got to be a point in your life where you make a choice because of either a local tie or something like that. And, I mean, look, I'm a Saints fan. I'm not from New Orleans, but they're the closest team to here. I knew that this was home, so I chose them. And I will never change. Like, that's not changing anymore. It's not changing. And I will endure whatever it takes now. You've got to be loyal to things when you choose.
We have a question on the C Spire text line. Guys, I have a question. If somebody's a fan of a college team that goes to school at a different university, should they start cheering for the school that they attended?
Yes.
I think they should. Let's let Marty from Portland answer that question.
Yes. The answer is yes.
He grew up a Mississippi State fan, like everybody else in my family. He is now a diehard Tiger.
Now, that doesn't mean you have to abandon your childhood allegiance. Like, if you and your dad grew up going to, I don't know, Ole Miss games, but you wanted to be a veterinarian, so you went to Mississippi State. You can still have, like, good feelings about the school that you grew up loving, but once you receive a degree, that's school number one. It's foul if it's not. I remember
when Texas played at Ole Miss in 2013, and people were walking around the Grove wearing Hook'em Rebels shirts.
Oh, God.
Bunch of dudes from Texas that went to Ole Miss walking around wearing burnt orange or Hook'em Rebel shirts or stuff like that.
Gross.
No. Once you go somewhere, that is school number one. Or that is team number one.
I'm going to go two different ways. You either have to abandon your first school and dive completely into the new school, or you have to resist the new school and stay completely loyal. You can't be one of those I cheer for both people.
And there's an exception.
If you're somebody who's like, hey, everybody in my family went to Mississippi State. I grew up a Mississippi State fan, but LSU offered me an academic scholarship better than Mississippi State did, so I came to LSU, but I'm going to stay a Mississippi State fan. I'm going to stay loyal. That's what people of high character would do. That's what not people who are of low character that weren't their grandmother's favorite. That's not what they would do. People of high character would have stayed loyal. Not all are built for that though.
This gentleman on the text line is correct. The exception to this rule is if you go to a school that has a lower level athletic department. So if you're an Ole Miss fan that goes to Delta State, you can still be an Ole Miss fan.
I can, but you should cheer because you can cheer for Delta State because they're never going to play Ole Miss.
Exactly.
Okay, I can live with that.
Like I know I have friends that went to Furman that are still Clemson fans. That's fine as long as you still support Furman. You're good.
Marty says, just say my name. Marty, Chris, Kathy, the three of you.
If you have a degree...
There's a reason your pictures were lower on the shelf.
Another exception to the rule, if you have 2 degrees from separate institutions, you're allowed to cheer for both.
So Marty does that. He has his undergraduate from LSU and his doctorate is from Texas.
That's fair.
But he will tell you straight up that if LSU plays Texas, he's cheering for LSU.
And, of course, we get this. Guys, you can cheer for whoever you want to. Of course you can.
This is America. America, Borkey.
I just don't have to respect my neighbor down the street who is an Alabama fan because they're good.
So be
2 things can be true at the same time.
We do respect Greg Collins. He's going to join us again in just a moment to wrap us up here for a great day at AgUp. Still got time to come by, register, get some prizes, get some swag. Come see us on Highway 49 North in Hattiesburg here at AgUp. Back in just a minute to wrap it up on Sports Talk Mississippi.
From the Venable
Here comes more Sports Talk Mississippi.
You ready, guys?
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Wrapping up a great day here at AgUp in Hattiesburg. Sports Talk Mississippi. Brian Hadad, Michael Borkey here. Greg Collins is back with us. And Greg, before we do anything else, we've got a winner.
We do. A big winner of the Arctic Cooler, the tumbler, and the fleece blanket. Mm-hmm. That winner is Wesley Moore.
Wesley Moore. So you can come by this location. We're fixing to close up. If you can get here in the next 6 minutes, you can have it today.
That's right.
But other than that, Wes, come on by and you can pick up your package. Congrats and good job. And
the winner of the generator was Michael Borkey.
Michelle Borkey.
Okay, yeah, all right.
All right.
Awesome. Hey, Michael, come on down and get your...
You're the next contestant. Yeah. So, Greg, when we met with you a few weeks back, when we were just starting to work with you guys here at AgUp, the passion that you guys had for this company was very evident. And it goes back a long way. It's a family-owned business at its roots, and it has such a great history. Sort of talk us through the history of AgUp here in Mississippi.
Well, as I said earlier, the company's been in business for almost 80 years, family-owned business. And the good thing is very relatable. A lot of our guys use this equipment. You know, a lot of us own land, have hunting camps, so we understand what the customers are trying to accomplish. So you come in here and we can guide you through, tell you what we do, make good suggestions that'll fit your land and what you're trying to accomplish there.
Kind of a goofy question. How do you keep selling something that lasts forever? Every time we do the AgUp read, it's like, I've been driving my tractor that I bought in 1995 or whatever. It seems counterproductive to business. Well, you sell lasts too long.
We had a video yesterday of one of our guys driving a tractor from like 1930, I think.
Oh, my God.
Such an old tractor. So, yes, they do last a long time, very well built. As you said earlier, America's tractor. So But we have a lot of first-time buyers, so people that just buy some property the first time, hey, I need a tractor to take care of my property. So they come in and see us, and we take care of them.
And you can take care of, if there do need repairs, you can just do that. John Deere takes care of that for you.
That's right. Yep.
And so right now, we've been kind of going over this whole time, but we had somebody on the text line. They were like, "Did you say there was 0% financing for 84 months?" He thought he had misheard us, but that's the deal right now.
And to be clear, that's 7 years.
That is 7 years. I think y'all should say, look, 84 months. People have trouble wrapping their heads around that. You tell somebody 0% for 7 years, they're like, "Wait a minute, what?"
Yes.
That's a great deal.
It is. That's a limited time only. So
you better get here.
Got to get here.
We were talking. I had the pleasure outside of meeting another one of your products, the Ego. The battery powered mowers and leaf blowers. So they were like, here, we want you to try it out. And I've used a leaf blower before. I thought I knew what I was getting into, especially you say battery powered. I'm like, all right, so, okay, we're going to see how it goes. That thing was like, I had to hold it up to work there. That is a different kind of battery power.
Very strong. They have everything from a residential. They even have commercial grade. So very powerful blowers. And
he didn't tell me it was commercial grade until after I'd already pulled the trigger.
Exactly.
On it. I was like,
the good thing, you can buy one, the batteries interchange with the others, so you.
And they had some sort of promotion going right now where you can get a free charger or something like that. Free battery. Yeah. Okay. With okay. All right. They're not giving away the chargers. Okay. Charger comes with it.
Yes.
All right. We're just making sure we got everything else going on.
But those are awesome. That the lawnmower is super quiet. I was telling them earlier. I cut the grass with headphones in, and I like to listen to podcasts.
Do you listen to Thunder and Lightning?
I'm sorry.
That makes him an outlier in the state. Just want to let you know.
But no, I can barely hear.
Every other Ole Miss fan does. Why don't you?
I know. I can barely hear, though. And if I had that thing, I'd be fine. I mean, the quiet, but also the power. And that's the thing that can't be overstated. I was told I had previous battery-powered lawn equipment, and I would not recommend what I had to a single person. This is not what I had. Like, you have to recalibrate your brain, because this stuff I would buy in a heartbeat. It would actually work.
Yeah. Is this the time of year to buy a mower right now? Is this the best time? Is summer the best time? Because that's when, you feel like you'd be doing the most work on the farm.
It is. I mean, as you said, we've got great deals right now, so it's a great time to buy, but a lot of people are just getting started with grass cutting. Mm-hmm. We've got lots of inventory ready to go. So we can take care of you. And have a great time.
As we talked about earlier, you don't have to be a farmer. You don't have to own Stately Cross Manor to come to AgUp. There's something. It doesn't matter how big your yard is. It doesn't matter what kind of project you've got to do around the house this weekend. You can come to AgUp and find what you're looking for.
Come to AgUp. All your residential needs, farm. Josh mentioned the construction equipment such as skid steers and mini excavators. We sell those now. Mm-hmm. Just a wide variety of equipment that we sell here.
I thought you had something. Oh, my bad.
I mean, I always have something.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead with it.
No, we really appreciate our partnership. Hearing from our audience is filled with farmers.
Yes, and they are.
Every time we talk about AgUp, they talk about John Deere and how reliable what they have is. And if you're not on Team John Deere, you're missing out.
You're anti-American.
Looking forward to continuing this relationship. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
It's been a great day here.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, glad to be here. That's it for us. Sports Talk Mississippi on this Tuesday. You've got baseball tonight, Ole Miss. Just don't lose, and you'll be fine. And then I'm sure Lane Kiffin will have 5 or 6 more articles
tomorrow. What will Lane Kiffin do tomorrow? Tune in to find out.
Keep digging, Lane. Just keep digging.
We appreciate you, Lane.
Making yourself.
One of us loves you.
From the Pearl River Resort Studio. Thank you to Will East in the studio. Brian Hadad, Michael
Will
Borkey.
East.
Good night.
Get some sleep, buddy.
It's incredible.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.